Pick up a chocolate bar. Go on, that ordinary, faintly too expensive bar sitting in your cupboard right now. In the space of about 2 years, the stuff inside it became, briefly, more valuable per ton than it had ever been in recorded history. Cocoa went from roughly $2,000 a ton in 2022 to over $12,000 a ton by the end of 2024. To put that in perspective, the previous all-time record was set back in 1977, and cocoa smashed straight through it. So your chocolate bar wasn't just a snack. For a glorious moment, it was a commodity hotter than gold, which is a sentence that should not be true about something you can buy at a petrol station. This is the story of how a Tuesday afternoon treat quietly turned into a luxury good, and the hidden global machine that decides what you pay for it. Welcome to Worldframe Media, where we take one ordinary thing you walk past every day and pull the thread until the hidden machinery behind it unravels. You didn't need me to tell you chocolate got expensive. You felt it. The bar got smaller, the price crept up, and the family-sized block quietly became the small gathering-sized block. That's not your imagination. As cocoa prices soared, manufacturers shrank the bars and pushed prices up. Classic shrinkflation, where your chocolate goes on a diet so your wallet doesn't have to know. But here's the real question. Why? Why would a humble cocoa bean suddenly behave like a tech stock? To find out, we have to follow the thread all the way back to where chocolate actually begins. And it's a much smaller place than you'd think. Cacao is fussy. It only grows in a thin band near the equator, and within that band, the whole planet leans on a startlingly small patch of ground. 2 countries, Ivory Coast and Ghana, together grow around 60% of the world's cocoa. Sit with that. Billions of people's chocolate habit rests on essentially 2 countries. The entire world put its eggs, well, its beans, in 2 baskets. And then the baskets had a very bad couple of years. In one season, the wheels came off. Global cocoa production fell about 14%, and stocks dropped to their lowest level in 46 years. 3 things hit at once. First, the weather. Climate change and El Niño battered the crop with heavy rain, then brutal heat. Second, disease. Swollen shoot virus and other long-running problems spreading through the trees. And third, the quiet one. The trees themselves are old. The average West African cocoa farmer is around 52, and many of their trees are well past their prime. We've essentially been asking a workforce of pensioner trees to keep clocking in. They are, understandably, retiring. Now you'd assume that when prices went stratospheric, the farmers got rich. This is where the story turns. In the 1970s, cocoa made up around half the value of a chocolate bar. By the 80s, that had fallen to 16%. Today, farmers receive roughly 6% of it. By the 80s, that had fallen to 16%. Today, farmers receive roughly 6% of it. Many of them earn less than $1 a day, and some earn far less than that. How does a record-breaking price barely reach the people doing the work? The machine. In Ivory Coast and Ghana, government regulators sell most of the beans up to a year in advance and fix the price farmers get. So when prices exploded, the money mostly landed with traders and middlemen, not the farmer in the field. Behind the screens, it wasn't just manufacturers buying beans. It was hedge funds and algorithms betting on scarcity. As the price climbed, the market broke. Traders who had bet against the rise were forced to buy at any cost just to survive. From the towers of the City of London to the floors of Wall Street, cocoa became a numbers game, detached from the soil. For every physical bag of cocoa, hundreds of virtual contracts were being traded, each one pushing the price further into the stratosphere. And then comes the cruelest turn. The price crashed back down. By early 2026, those fixed farmer prices were sitting about 40% above what international traders were willing to pay. So beans piled up unsold, and many farmers went months without being paid at all. So chocolate became a luxury at the till, while the people who grow it were treated as though it were worthless. Not very sweet, is it? So what does this mean for the bar in your hand? 2 things. 1, it's quietly changing. As costs rose, makers used less cocoa and leaned on substitutes. So chocolate is, in places, becoming a little less chocolatey. 2, the map is being redrawn. Ecuador is rising fast, with far higher yields than West Africa. Ecuador's rise isn't just luck, it's technology. They use high-yield, disease-resistant hybrids like the CCN51. Unlike the small, aging plots in West Africa, Ecuadorian farms are often large, mechanized, and irrigated. Makers are also starting to buy directly from these estates, bypassing the state-run boards of the giants. This isn't just a change of address. It's a change of the entire business model for the world's favorite treat, and is on track to overtake Ghana as the world's 2nd biggest producer. The chocolate of the future may come from somewhere else entirely. So next time you snap off a square, remember what you're actually holding. A thin strip of equatorial farmland, a 50-year-old tree, a virus, a weather system, a futures contract traded in London and New York, and about 6% of a farmer's livelihood. Ordinary thing, hidden machine. You'll never look at the snack drawer the same way again. We want cheap chocolate, but the machine shows us that cheap is just a cost being paid by someone else. As transparency grows, the pressure on the big manufacturers to pay a living wage is finally starting to mount. The question is, are we willing to pay the true price of the bean? So, is chocolate a luxury now? At the peak, briefly, yes. But the deeper truth is that it was always being propped up by people paid as if it were nothing. If you enjoyed pulling this thread with us, do the 3 things that genuinely keep a small channel like this going. Give the video a like. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you'd like to support the channel, there's a link below. It honestly makes a difference. Next week, we pick another ordinary thing and pull the thread. I'm willing to bet you've already walked past it today. We'll see you in the next one.